Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Beating the Press podcast. I am your host, Rafa. Now, I am here vibing with Bugsy for the second part of his story. And in the first part, he was telling us that he got a scholarship to go overseas, was now at the point where he had gone to the embassy to get his visa. So, Bugsy, welcome back. Pick up the story for us. You're now the embassy looking to get your visa to pretty much take up that scholarship overseas. Take us from there.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a while, to be honest. But we were really busy. And yeah, I got that scholarship to go overseas. And really and truly, pretty much what happened, I received um I received an article from Mr. Telroy Morgan just the other day with what happened to me is a similar situation to a Monroe student who also received a scholarship but got turned down twice, just the same as how I got turned down twice, and it's exactly similar, the same circumstances. I went in the summer, I got turned down, and I went back the following January, still got turned down. And I didn't remember the youngster's full name, but I think
Right.
his surname was Thompson, you know?
Yeah, I saw
And
that article as well, where he got a scholarship in his case. I think it was a partial scholarship, but he had
okay,
all his paperwork in, all the necessary paperwork, the finances were covered, etc. But for whatever
yeah,
reason, he didn't get that student
exactly.
visa.
Yeah, it was a similar case, probably exact same case as mine. And really and truly, I wanted to say something to him as well. I hope that he gets to see this, because I went through that as well, and I wanted to say to him, like, just remain focused. I know it's very difficult now because you can't see, you don't really look past those things. Your mind is just stuck on that because you really want that. But just remain focused, continue working hard. I am sure that other opportunities will present itself. And if it doesn't, you go out there and seek other opportunities.
But in
And
your case,
also,
Bugsy, though, in your
yeah.
case, did your case, did they say why you were turned down, or did you
Well,
get any sort of
at
explanation?
at first, when I get turned down, it was like I did. He asked me a question like, "What did IAAS stand for?" That was my scholarship that I was receiving. It was at the time I didn't know the term. Honestly, I didn't know the term. What does it stand for? It was like International Athletic Academic Scholarship. So I didn't know that term. So he was saying, how can this um organization be offering you so much money and you don't even know this term? And I was like, oh, sir, to be honest, I was just overseas, and because I was really overseas, and I,
Right,
I
right.
flew back, I flew in to go and do the interview. So I was explaining like I was just overseas. I didn't get time to see the papers or and like see these terms and all of that. So you said like, okay, I'm sorry, I can't offer you this visa if you don't know that term. So he gave me a pink slip, and he said, okay, come back in January. And I was like, sir, but the term is like, it's soon school starts in like 3 weeks or a month. And he was
Right.
like, I'm sorry, I can't give you. And I went back in January, and they said they flipped the situation now. They said, I'm sorry, you are behind one term now, and
Right.
it will be difficult for you. I'm saying, sir, I'm a hard worker. I know I can get to the required standard or whatsoever. And he's like, no, I'm sorry, I can't give you this. I can't. So that was it. And
Okay. So
but
at that point, Bugsy, I guess you were feeling a bit disappointed, but what was it
yeah,
next for you in that regard?
well, at that point, at the first turn down, I was extremely, devastating and devastated and my family, my parents, you know, the support was extreme. You know, they helped me get out of that, and they encouraged me to go and play like the Premier League, the Red Stripe Premier League. That's how I started, you know. And
Okay.
all of that anger, all of that frustration, all of that energy, you know, I just focus it directly in the Premier League. You know, I said that, hey, I have to do this. Because the thing is, when you have options, you know, you kind of be in a situation where you just, it's okay, you know, I have this option, I have that option. But when you don't have any option, you know, it's just
Or
one
when you
thing. It's
only have one
one,
option.
yeah, you just go,
Options
you know.
limited.
So that was it, and that was a blessing, you know, in disguise. And I used that opportunity to really and truly showcase my talent to the entire Jamaica, and that's how I even get an opportunity to start playing in the Jamaican Premier League, you know,
Oh,
with
so how
Sandals.
did that come about though, Bugsy? How did that connection evolve? You know, now you've been turned down from the embassy. You were looking to pretty much pursue a football scholarship, you know, pretty much go to university while
Yeah.
continuing your athletic skill. But having now been turned down by the embassy, how
Yeah.
did you make that connection to a Premier League team? And tell us more about that.
Okay, so yeah, how I got connected with a Premier League team, you know, after being turned down by the embassy the first time, I went home, you know, and we start thinking about different options, you know. And one thing that came up was like I went and have a conversation and had a conversation with my Westmoreland president, you know, the Football Association president, and I asked him, I was like, what do you think is best? You know, what do you think we can do? You
Right.
know, and he was like, well, you have the ability to play in the Premier League, you know. So I think now we have two teams in the Premier League. At the time, it was Reno and Sandals South Coast, you know. So he said, like, you can play in the Premier League, so you should give that a try, you know. And I was like, okay, all right, but which team do you think is best, you know? And he said, okay, you're a youngster, your development and all of that, you need game time and all of that. So he said, well, I think Sandals is a better team now for you, you know.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, no problem. When is the training, you know? Get get me in contact with the coach. I can, you know, ask him about training and that he can expect me at training and however this can work, you know. And I got in contact with the coach at the time was Aaron Lawrence, you know,
Former
and
national goalkeeper.
yeah, former national goalkeeper coach. And that, to be honest, I was like really surprised, you know, to see how in that environment being around him. And I also get to the opportunity to be around Ricardo Gardner, you know, Bibi.
Okay.
But
Oh, he was part of the coaching staff?
no, he was that was when I went to Harbor View, you know.
Oh,
So
okay. All right. So pretty much you started playing for Sandals
yeah,
in
and
that season.
in that season, you know. So
Okay.
focus all that energy, everything was just focused on going into the Premier League and leaving an
Right.
impression, you know, leaving a good impression on the league and as a youngster, you know, all
Right.
of that. So just
Okay.
to do well.
So how long did you spend at Sandals?
I spent one season, you know, I scored
One
like
season.
3 goals. Yeah, I scored 3 goals in that season, my first season in the Premier League, and I got called up for Jamaica national under 23 team, you know.
Okay. So at that point in time, playing for Sandals, what position were you playing predominantly?
Most of the times I was on the left flank, you know, left wing or left midfield on that side of the pitch. But sometimes
Okay.
I played on the right side, you know. So,
Oh, but you were
but
more playing like an attacking role on that team,
yes, all
in
right.
that team.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
uh,
All right. So pretty much you're at Sandals playing for a season, got called up to the national under 23.
yeah, yeah.
How did you then make that transition to your next club? Tell us about that.
Well, to be honest, in my first season, majority of the teams that I played against, you know, they were interested. They were interested in like having me, you know, to join their team. And
Oh, getting you transferred.
Yeah, so of that team again, I went to Coach Lawrence and I was like, Coach, what do you think is best? You know, which team do you think would be better for development? Because that's very important, you know, and game time and all
Right.
of that. And he's like, well, to be honest, I think half of you I know their program and you know this coach Ricardo Gardner is there and I know he is with youngsters and you know all of that and it was crazy. I got in contact with Coach Gardner and again I was surprised how these legends, you know, how we looking on like just looking at them and seeing them, you wouldn't expect that, you know, you wouldn't expect them to be so like so friendly, so
Yeah.
humorous, you know, even
Right. Right.
jokes, acting, you know. And
Very
I got,
accommodating then.
yeah, you know, but to be honest, like being talking with coaches is different from like actually training and being in the team. And, you know, it's crazy. You have a lot of talents, you know. It's very competitive. It's very like that environment in itself. It was shocking when you first turn up to training and you see everything. You see players, technical players, you see fast players, you see every type of players and they're like
Very
they're
competitive atmosphere then.
yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And they are
All right. So
young
quick
players.
question to you though, Bugsy. So pretty much when you were playing for Sandals, you were assigned to them as an official player. You had a
Uh
contract.
no. At Sandals, it was like I still have the mindset of saying I'm coach. I'm still thinking of going to college, you know. So
Okay, got you. And once you
yeah,
would have, if you had signed the contract, then you would have become ineligible for the
yes,
college program. Okay,
yes,
pretty much. Okay, so you were technically almost like an unrestricted free agent, but you were playing on the team, so to speak.
yeah. I just
Okay,
registered team. I didn't like sign a contract,
sign a
pro contract.
professional. Got you. All right, so when you
Yeah.
made the transition to Harborview, were you then under contract at that point? Or you
Yeah,
were
because
still
no, yeah, I wanted to still like just play and be like eligible to go to college whenever, but after being called up in the under 23, the national team, you know, I said my family, my family and I, we sat and we discussed my future. You know, like they
right,
say like, hey, you had a good season, you know, because then again, before when I went to the second time I got turned down, you know, we had a family talk again, and we said like, you know what, just give. I asked my family like, hey, please, just give me 1 year.
right,
Let me see what I can do in 1 year. And if it turns out well, then I will continue this. But if it doesn't go as planned, then I go to college, you know. And it turned out that I received a national call up, and
right,
I was ranked among like the top names that I wasn't ranked when I was in high school, you know.
right.
when when we're in high school, you have some players that can stack up, they're winning and all of that. But now in the Premier League, I was being ranked with them like top, you know. So
Got you. That
yeah, so,
recognition as well as being a national player also.
yeah, so that's the thing. And then we say, okay, we got that family meeting now, and before I went to Harborview, now I say like, you know what, I'm gonna go this route, you know, I'm gonna
Oh,
sign a
go
contract.
the professional route, professional
Yeah,
footballer route.
yeah,
Okay, so technically then Harborview was your first professional contract.
yeah.
Okay, so just a quick question on that. How long did you sign for in that
I,
contract? Was there a
it was
time?
my first contract. I signed for 2 years, you know,
Two
with
years.
Harborview.
Okay,
2 years
got you.
and what else I could say? No? Yeah, first contract 2 years, and in my first year, my first season, you know, I got a trial to New York Red Bulls. You know, I scored 2 goals in my first season.
Okay,
Then I got a trial to New York Red Bulls, and
that's the MLS team.
yeah, the MLS. But the thing is that my trial was at the USL because they have two teams, like the MSL and the USL, the
Okay,
MLS and the US
right,
teams. You know, and yeah, and I went on trial at the USL team, and then again, a different like footballing culture,
right.
crazy. like
Oh, so all
professional.
right. So quick question for you. Going back to the USL trial. So at that point in
Yeah,
time, you were traveling on your visitor's visa per se. You had a
yeah,
visitor's visa
yeah.
from,
That's crazy, you know. That is very crazy because I already have a 10-year visiting visa,
right?
but they don't give the student visa. You know, that's crazy. I didn't understand that. You were so, you know.
I see.
So
Okay, so
then,
tell us about that trial. I mean, how did that go? That was what, your first year at Harborview?
yeah, first year at Harvard, second year in
Right.
the
So
Premier League.
how
You know,
was that trial?
yo, it was crazy. You know, that child really and truly prepared me like for now what I'm in, where I'm at now. That child, that was like a different foundation of football. You know, getting exposed to that culture. You know, I went there and their scout. They came and watched a game in Jamaica. Well, two games. They watched us against Portmore United, you know, because that scout wasn't at the game to watch me. He was to watch I don't know if I should call any name, but he was there to watch a Portmore United player, you know.
Man,
And
you can call names, man. I mean, that's long gone. I'm sure you're not
that
gonna
game,
get into any trouble.
yeah, for sure. And that game I went off, you know, it was crazy. Just going past people, you know, just
Oh, so
doing my
technically the scout was scouting another player, but your performance grabbed his attention.
yeah, crazy, you know, just doing just dominating that game, you know. And then he said, okay, he wanted to see me again, you know. So we had two top games back to back. It was like Portmore United and we had Waterhouse, you know. So then again, I go again. I didn't know all of this. I didn't know, you know. I
Right.
was just playing normal game, just playing football. And yes, he said, at seeing me the second time, he said, like, yes, you know, this kid would be good for our team, you know, good in our environment and all of that. And I went and trial now. So then I get a call and say, hey, you know, New York Red Bulls. I was like, manager, please, no joke thing. Our manager like to joke, you know, and them thing there. So
Okay.
I said, manager, please. Yeah, can I run a serious joke out upon Christmas holiday and you're yo, New York Red Bulls, you see it? So I say, yeah, he man send me, man screenshot the message and send me. I say, yo, God, no. Me run up and down in my house, Bridget.
Okay.
All of my place.
All right. So quick question for you though, Bugsy. So during that period, what was your predominant position that you were, getting this attention from? Were you still playing that left-sided attacking role?
Yeah, left sided, right, true, left sided.
Okay.
Um, I honestly, I'm more comfortable on the left side of the pitch. You know, to be honest, the city
Gotcha.
is in and shoot and yeah, I like
Okay.
shoot. I'm more comfortable on the left side of the pitch. You know,
Gotcha.
and
Okay.
so I went. I flew to New York and they come and get me at the airport and everything and boom, go to the hotel. They said training tomorrow. So okay, all right, no problem, ready. Couldn't sleep the night, you know, ready and think about everything, what to expect, you know. Make sure, say, you know, you're ready, mindset, everything. And I went the first day, and I said, you know what, Hitman, it was so cold, the winter and all of that, because it was like in February, I think. And I went in the changing room, I greet everyone and everything, sit at my place, my locker, and started changing everything, you know. I went out in just shorts and normal t-shirt. And I came back in and said, hey, please give me everything, everything, every gear, you know. And I put on
Gloves
so
and
much
everything.
everything, everything, everything. I put on everything. Pants, shorts, everything. And I went out. Bam, I feel a little better and say, okay, all right. First day I was just surprised seeing the environment, you know, but trying to stay focused to know what I came to do and things. And I went there and I did a lot of I did a lot of running, I did a lot of, you know, drills, just drills. And it was so quick. Everything was quick, you know. And the first day, when I came back, when I came to train the second day, I saw a list on the wall with all of us, probably 23 of us or 24 of us on trial. And I saw a list with all of our names. And I was like 12 on the list, you know. And me I say, yo, everybody look on the list. I look at my name. And I say, hey bro, what is this list for? You know, and he's like, well, this is the results for yesterday, you know, training. This is how much we run, how much sprints, everything, ball touches. I'm like, this is crazy, you know.
Analytics.
Okay, all right, no problem. So I say to myself, I say, yo, yesterday, me take so much gears and everything. Man, I run left me and me feel heavy and me say, all right, you know what, I'm cool or no cool. You see him blood when I me in a them. So guess what got me? If me cool, them must cool to him. Then can I run through it, I run through it. You see it? Me take off all them things, everything, take them off. Feel better and lighter now. I say, all right, I go for them today. You know, so that day, the second day, when I came the other day, you know, and saw the list, I was third on the list. We say, okay, all right. No, that is it, Bugsy. The other day I came, I was second on the list, you know, so I was doing well.
You keep moving up on the list then. Oh, how long was the trial for though?
Trial was like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks.
2-week trial, okay.
Yeah. And then from the first week, they make a cut. And they cut the trial, the people that they have on trial. So there was 6 persons who were remaining from the 24, you know. And I was in the 6th. They picked me in the 6th. So I was in the last 6, you know.
Okay.
So we flew New York now to Arizona. That's where the rest of the team is. So I was so happy now. I'm saying, all right, this is it. You know, flew to Arizona. We meet up with the rest of the team and I was like shaking hands, you know, meeting everybody and everything. Get to meet some of the MLS players as well. Bradley Wright, Phillips and all of those people, you know. Crazy. And so we start training now. Same way and thing. And all me wait upon, sir, is just the contract. In my mind, every day, yo, you don't not finish until you sign the contract.
Right, for sure.
You know, so it was my time now to like, my flight date is coming up, and I was like, yo, you know, get presented with any contract yet, and I talk to like other players and them with them, I say, oh no, they're not getting a contract either to sign or anything, you know. So I contact the agent that was working with the scout who came to Jamaica to, you know, scout the player. And they said, okay, all right, the coach still don't like make a final decision on you as yet. You know, and I'm like, okay, no problem, boom. But it get down to the time when I need to fly back, you know, so then and there, and it still every time like, no, not as yet. No decision yet, until the night before I was to fly home. The coach said, well, we contacted your club and we were in negotiations and thing and this and that. And he was like, talk to your agent. He will tell you, you know, but we couldn't come on an agreement and terms and things. So bad negotiations, you know. And that was it. That was another heartbreak, you know. Bad negotiations.
So technically they wanted to sign you then?
Yeah.
Oh, but the club and both clubs couldn't come to an agreement in terms of whatever arrangements needed to be made.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but it was disappointing, you know, but I just had to like do what I have to do and thing, you know.
Gotcha. Okay, all right. So pretty much you returned to Jamaica and continued playing for Harborview into your second year.
Yeah. Finished off the second year and still was in preparation for the under 23, you know, the Olympic Games and all of that.
Right.
So still busy, you know. Even though I remember that year though, I was so tired, you know, I was very tired, you know. But still come home and getting prepared with national camp back to the club, you know, all of that. So
right. So what was it next for you though, Bugsy? what was the next move for you?
Yeah, well, to be honest, it was always like, well, I got a trial. I got to see what it is like. It's just that, that it was so close, but so far. And the next thing is definitely a contract, landing a contract. But at that time, I didn't have any agent, even that
Okay.
agent that was working with that scout, he and I never signed, he didn't sign anything with me. And he was like, I was talking to him same way. He's like, Timar, don't get discouraged, put in the work, continue like getting stats in the Premier League and thing. And I like always asking questions like, what stats do I need to get to like make that transition to get a contract overseas? And he's like, Timar, this is what hey, these things are so funny though, He said he said score 10 goals, Okay, all right, no problem. He said 10 goals, no problem. And
So
then
he's giving you some achievable objectives then, Bugsy.
yeah,
Objectives they should aim for so that when
yeah,
a potential scout or a potential team check your analytics, then they have
yeah,
something to compare to, so to speak.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, and I mean,
But
that's a very good point because a number of players really don't know these things, to be honest, Bugsy. Or even possibly the Premier League teams are not keeping these sort of statistics and
true,
making them available to their players, to be honest.
true. Because the truth is stats is what really going to get your name even in these rooms, So when he said that to me, and I said 10 goals. At this point, I've never scored even 5 goals in the Premier League. So I was like, yo, 10 goals. That's crazy, though. And he's like, yeah, because the truth is, you're competing against the international players now, you have to give them something to like look past their players at home, look past these Africans, look past these Brazilians, look past these South Americans, and to look into Jamaica. We are a
Right.
third world country. And that changed my mentality over time. It's crazy. I started like, I'm normally a hard worker, but I started going off, like for real. You see, extra work after extra work and all of that. And the truth is, that is how it is in the professional world. You competing against so much people for just this one slot. You see, it's so crazy.
Gotcha.
But as other agents started to like contacting me, I started to contact other people as well. And to be honest, there's a lot of people who tell me straight up, hey, can't help you. Straight, so I tell you, it's crazy. Sometimes looking back now, I can smile, but then it was heartbreaking. People tell us straight, can't help you, can't help you. Yeah, say, yo, one day if I write thing I do in a real life, and mother always did it. No, man, watch that. You see, and watch that. The blessing not come one way, really crazy. So you have to have the support system there, sir, honestly.
So you're now
But
playing overseas, Bugsy. Tell us about that. How did that big contract came about, so to speak? And where are you now applying your trade?
uh to be honest, you know, even I've heard some things like clubs were after me years ago, and my team, like, I don't even want to get involved in those things though, for real, teacher. You know, other
Okay.
clubs and things interested, but I don't those things weren't mentioned to me,
Right.
and that's sad. But how did I land this contract? It
Right.
was like,
And where are you applying your trade now as well?
yeah, well, right now, currently I'm in Bosnia, Merkanich grad, Sloboda Merkanich grad. And how did I got here? Last season. Well, the season before last season when we won the Premier League, it was it was magical. Everything was like going just magical. We finished sixth in the regular season just by goal difference to qualify for the top six playoff spot. And we as a team, we came together and say, hey, we got to do this. You know what I mean? It's not by chance that we are here, so let's do it. And from then, even before then, I was always like playing good football, outstanding football. It's just that to get the right management, to get the right agent, to get these things are important. It's not just to play. You see a lot of people playing and you don't see them getting contracts. You're wondering why. You have to have agents. You have to have your club also have to be on the page of like wanting to move out players, to get out players, because that player factor as well.
Transfer fees and that's other thing.
Yeah, all of that. It's a long process. A lot of sleepless nights. You worry, you get up and you ask your Father God, please, just make it happen, And playing that season, we won. Honestly, my stats was no goal. I didn't score a goal in the season that we won. Just hard work. Just being there for the team. Always in good positions. Sacrificing something. Doing the extra run. Doing something. I was playing in that season, I was playing like attacking midfield. So that is it. Just I didn't score any goal, but we won the championship. I love all of those teammates to the bottom of my heart because knowing what we went through and achieving what we achieved, it's just a story that will never leave my heart, will never leave my mind. And then in the following season, that was last season.
Right.
Then the goals started coming. The funny thing is that in the season that we won, every day or every other day, for every day I score in training, every day. Coach started getting upset. Hey, this man only scoring at training. Wait. I tell you, coach, like for me, every day they Monday, just a ring in my ear, say like, they must say me a training ball, Virgin.
Okay, you're producing in training, but not on the field of play.
Me I tell you, sir, sometimes you get to as a player, I say, yo, John, in a real life, who me I do them thing in a training? Like, me I score hat trick in a training. It's a regular thing for me I score hat trick in a training. If it not happen today, and then tomorrow, the day after, hat trick, and me start feel sad about it, can't score in a game. They in a training, and me know majority of my teammates them when me a run pass, when me a shift, when me a score, and the goalkeeper when me a score, and them man they better than the other teams them when me a play against. So why me can't do it against them, I mean, I say, John, something wrong. Then me just accept the fact, say, Bugsy, watch it now. You not score, other people are score. So guess what? Do the other work then, The goal scoring now happen, do something else, Make the sacrifice there, and that's what happened, and we won the title. The following season, those hat-tricks that I was scoring in training, my teammates used to laugh at me. Coach used to like bash me and be hard and whatsoever. It so happened that in the league, I came and scored a hat-trick. So that's how God worked, It happened previously in a training. Everybody I say, yo, you only training, you can't do it. And I know I came and do it in the league. So 2023 league, 2023 season, I scored the first hat-trick, and that just go off. Goals, I finished with, I think, 6 goals. Yeah, and some assists, some memorable games, crazy performances, and it's so that's I caught the eye of another agent, more than one agent, to be honest. I was in contact with like probably 4 agents, and at that point again, you're thinking like, hey, wait for nothing in us. First to serve up something, you go with it,
Okay.
So that's what happened, they were all working something. I got some offers were crazy, but as I tell you, what came first, I work with what came first because there were offers in different parts of Europe, probably better money. Honestly, better money. But again, with my family and talking and making a decision, I said, what, can't wait on this because you have other clubs with bigger offers, but they were saying like, president is on, vacation, you know,
Nothing solid,
coaches
nothing
doing,
concrete.
yeah, so nothing, get
Right,
the
nothing
solid.
definitive.
Exactly. So
Okay. Oh, so this
so
club in Bosnia offered you a professional contract definitively.
yeah, they were ready.
Okay,
Like, no, let's go. No,
got you. Oh, so at that
I-
point in time, you were still under contract with Harborview.
yeah, but my contract was about to end. It was like in the summer, my contract was going to finish in January.
Okay,
Sorry, that December, 31st of December, my contract was. So my contract with Harborview is now up. You
right,
know,
right. Oh, so Harborview had to collect a transfer fee from that move then.
well, basically what happened was like these are the things that a lot of people don't understand. Again, in the footballing industry, you have things like um transfer, like there's a percentage on the next sales.
Right, right,
For example, you don't you don't get a transfer fee, no, right? Because that club can't afford to pay that right now. But
right.
in the event that the player is being sold to another club, you as the owning club get a percentage.
Okay, like a
That,
sell-on fee or a sell-on percentage.
yeah,
Oh, so
but
so technically then, if you're sold on from this club in Bosnia, then Harborview stand to gain a percentage of that transfer fee.
yeah, and they both signed to it and everything. So the thing is
Gotcha.
that a problem again. That
Oh,
caused a
how so?
problem again because they wanted a higher percentage.
Okay, so okay, got you. So some
It's crazy.
negotiation had to take place then,
Again, and it almost cost me. It almost cost the player,
right?
because how about you stand firm and say, hey, no, no 10%, no this, no that. It's crazy, bro. And then I am getting stressed. I'm getting
Right,
like
right.
crazy.
Oh, so
And it,
you, the player, was willing to make the move, but Harborview was still holding out for a higher
yeah, for
percentage
a
fee
higher
of the sell-on.
percentage. Yeah.
Got you,
Yeah.
got you. Okay. All
So,
right. So tell us about that transition then, Bugsy. I mean, you now signed professionally. How has life been in Bosnia? Tell us about that. Give us an insight into the Bosnian Premier League, so to speak.
uh, well, it's not the Premier League. It's like the second division. So, but
Oh, the second division. Okay.
yeah. So
Well,
life,
tell us. I
life.
mean, our viewers and subscribers want to hear about what life has been since your transition.
Yeah, for sure. Football here is different. To be honest, different from Jamaica and the life itself. Let me speak about football first. Football here is different. The first thing that I recognized was that it's more tactical. Really and truly, it's about tactics. It's about carrying out instructions, like for real. What the coach said, the coach would really appreciate you as a player. You could be the most talented player. Yes, sometimes you can single-handedly win a game for a coach, but honestly, you carrying out his instructions, the tactics of the team. If one player is out of that, all of that, like formation or anything, you can see that, hey, that player, he's out of position. That's the big difference. They work so much on like systems. You can see where coaches going against coaching system and all of that. It's just more focus on that.
It's almost like a
You
chess
know,
game then, Bugsy.
yeah, exactly. So in Jamaica, we know that, hey, our training crazy, a lot of running,
More
a
physical.
lot of physicality. Yeah, it's just like that in Jamaica.
But
Going at
I
it.
guess in Bosnia is more thinking the game.
Yeah, Virgin, a lot of technical things. You get very technical more while you have some board like board sessions. Crazy board sessions. Me I say, Virgin, in real life, yo, we'll just go on the field, go play some ball or something, Virgin. You know,
Yeah, I guess it's part of that transition to a more professional atmosphere.
yeah. The facilities as well. Different. facilities, like infrastructures, you see it. Just that feeling, that environment, it just make you want to play football, you just focus only on football, no stress, all of that, just football directly.
So in terms of adjusting to a life though, Bugsy, how was that? I mean, is there a language barrier, for example? What's
Yeah.
the spoken language in Bosnia, for example?
For example, well, the country here, it's like, because of the war that was here, to be honest, I don't know a lot about it, but because of that war, the country is now divided like in three,
Right.
So there's part, they call it federation. I think Croatia is responsible for that part of the country. Then you have Bosnia itself, and then you have the Republic of Srpska. Serbia is responsible for that section of the country. So
Right.
it's like three different languages is spoken here, but it's similar, Serbian, Bosnian, Croatian, the Croats. So, and their religion is very serious. They have Muslims, Orthodox, I think it's Russian Orthodox, and they have like Catholics. So the language was the language was like one of the biggest like barriers, to be honest. The food is okay, no problem. I don't have a problem like, food
Right.
and thing. That doesn't bother me. I went to a boarding school, the liberty and everything, so
Right. That's an
we
easy
used
adjustment.
yeah, they staying away from family and all of that. Sometimes I miss it, but it's not the worst. You have to be strong mentally. You have to be strong, and that your family again supporting you, because if you have people from the outside trying to tell you things different, you will start thinking different. So I protect that space. I protect my mentals, and my family as well. They understand. They want that. They want me to go on to greater things. So they stay positive, and they give me that encouragement and all of that. But the language, yeah, it's still a challenge. Even though I learn a few things like necessity, telling people good morning and like having like normal conversations. I don't know anything
Okay.
to
So what about
yeah.
the coaching instruction? How is that transmitted, so to speak? Do you have a translator you work with, or
Yeah, man,
what's the situation?
we have some teammates who speak both, English and Bosnian or Serbian. But when coaches giving instruction, I just be obedient. I just listen, But I don't understand. But I just be there, listen and be attentive. Be attentive, even though you don't understand anything what he's saying. You just be attentive, and eye contact are just being there, being present. Staying focused. Yeah, my teammates will afterwards they will like tell me, they will translate and tell me what coach just say, and sometimes I just go at the back of the line.
All right, Bugsy. So definitely an interesting story, but just a quick synopsis, Bugsy, into a match. What is it like actually playing in Bosnia in terms of going to a match per se? Just give us a quick insight into match preparation and actually playing in a game.
Well, before every game is a different preparation, to be honest. We prepare for that team that we play on weekend. So going into a game now, a normal routine, get up, breakfast. Sometimes we have to leave before lunch. We have to have lunch on the road, like at a hotel or something. And then game. In the games now, it's like physical. These players, when they get the chance to like get close to you, they will hurt you. They will hurt you. You have to be careful. And I'm I am probably the fastest person in the league, and thing like that. But so much you have to be smart. It's just not about just running past people and thing, So you have to be a team player as well. You have your both roles, attack and defense. It's very important. And it's like that. Here you find out a lot of teams want to keep the ball, always like possess. Sometimes I got irritated because there are teams that we can give like 8. Let's give them 8. That's my main cause, like I'm thinking, hey bro, we can score more, let's do that. But they want to keep the ball. Regardless, they want to keep the ball. So sometimes I get that's annoying sometimes, but that's how it is here.
Got you. So how has the progress been? I mean, have you been scoring, assisting? How are those
Yeah, well,
how are those numbers looking, so to speak? Is there any do you see the possibility of moving to a bigger club somewhere else in Europe based on your performance thus far?
for sure, yeah. Regarding stats, 5 goals in the league and 2 in the cup, so that's like 7 goals, and like 8 assists, 7 in the league and 1 in the cup, so I think that's like
So from an
good
objective point of view,
so
you're
far.
meeting those parameters in terms of your personal goals and objective regarding to goals and assists, and
Yeah,
possibly impressing other agents and scouts.
for sure. I'm definitely like getting like what do you call no messages from other people, so that's good. It's just to like be focused and like choose the best option, so
Got
that's
you.
good. And I've been recognized by the Bosnian paper, the Bosnian newspaper, and all of that. So it's going good, based on um my personal objective that I set before I got here. Yeah, I think I'm on the track. I'm on the track of achieving that. So yeah, it's not yet achieved, but I'm on the track of achieving that.
Got you. No, Bugsy, a lot of our viewers and subscribers may be wondering, you playing in Bosnia compared to Jamaica. I mean, from a financial point of view, is it worth
Yeah.
that contract, so to speak? Is it a good move financially? We oftentimes hear of Jamaicans going overseas, and the first thing you're
Yeah.
thinking about is the money. So
Yeah.
give us an
Sure.
insight, Bugsy, into that aspect.
Yeah. For sure, teacher. Yeah. Financially, yeah. It's like boy, I don't know how the feel though, we still, but it's like um 3 times what I was getting back at home, and it's crazy. So even no, it's not nothing. It's nothing compared to these English league players. It's
Right,
nothing. But
right.
yeah, it's a step.
Definitely a step up
In a positive.
from Jamaica per
Yeah,
se.
yeah, for
Okay, well,
sure.
it is good. I mean, a number of young footballers may be aspiring, and it might
Yeah,
not necessarily be the glamorous league that we watch on TV week in, week out, but
yeah,
opportunities are there in Europe and in other countries where you can definitely make a good quality lifestyle, so to
yeah,
speak.
for sure, for sure. It's definitely a step up. But you don't know. We're more ambitious. We want greater things and things. So just we pray and we hope like for things like health and to stay injury free and to continue performing. So it will come. It will come. So it's just to be patient and continue doing good, doing well.
Well, Bugsy, we're coming to the end of your story in this regard, but is there any advice you can give to any young footballer? I mean, you earlier we made mention of that Monronian who, was turned down by the embassy.
Yeah,
But any young
sure.
footballer coming up, is there any piece of advice you can leave them with in terms of making that transition to the professional world?
Teacher, loads of advice, loads of advice. What you see really and truly, you see on the television, you watch it often, and you see these players doing great things. It's not like that, It's not all about what happened on the field. Football right now is probably like probably 10% is on the pitch, the 90% is what you don't see, So my advice to youngsters is like, and to be honest, I don't want to only give advice to the players, I want to like say to the parents as well, to be there, to be that motivation, to be that rock. Because in my journey, to be honest, I wouldn't be where I'm at without like that motivation, that push from like supportive push. So parents, please, like, just be there. If they want to do this, encourage them, motivate them towards it. You are stronger than them, and to players now, bro, or young ladies, if you want this, honestly, it's where to get ahead, you have to get started. You can't stress on how much you have to be disciplined. It's not all about just playing. You're a good player. Yes, there are thousands of good players all over the place. It's who really is disciplined and motivated, and committed. Even Corona, when I wasn't sure, like, this world will recover from what is happening, I was still training. People in my community looking at me crazy, man, saying, yo, why is he training? It's Corona, the world will end. But I didn't see that, so that is it.
Yeah, definitely some wise words of wisdom there, Bugsy. I mean, a youngster looking on will really look at your story, your journey, and really can take something from it and possibly try to emulate you or even go beyond you in that regard. But Bugsy, is there any final shout out? Anyone you would like to thank? I mean, I'm sure the list is very long for sure, but this is an opportunity for you to give a shout out, send some thank yous for any all of the support, as you mentioned, you've had over the period and to this point in your journey.
It's crazy because the list, as I said, is a very long list. I'm very grateful, to be honest, extremely grateful to everybody who has like played a role, played a part, to be honest, from all of my coaches, you included, coach, all of my coaches who had played a part, every single coach that I had taught me something. That's a blessing, honestly. So for example, even the players that I played with, the Monroe boys who I used to go up and wake up out of them bed at morning time to come play pada or we go down a field, go play ball. I appreciate that, bro. Those things help me see way. It didn't help. It was nothing in your dream, but it was in mine. And if you guys never came, probably I wouldn't be where I'm at now, and to my family as well. Crazy support, But to be more specific, shout out to, Mr. Mac, shout out to Mr. Morgan, Telroy Morgan, Mr. Blake, Mr. Elliot, Mr. G, Mr. T, same way. Shout out to all of Monroe brothers them, from first farm to sixth farm, Shout out to everyone of my teammates them back at Harbour View. Shout out to all our Westmoreland teammates them. Every single one who ever played with me, supported me, love every time. We are making proud. We are making a proud, see you.
Yes, indeed, Bugsy. I'm sure the list goes on. I mean, we'll be here all day if you were to go through every individual name. But I mean, definitely, I'm sure they see the sincerity in those thank yous and those shout out for sure. Viewers and subscribers, we are now at the end of this podcast, and I just like to thank Bugsy for really taking the time out of his busy schedule, as well as braving the cold and of course the major time difference as well, and have come on board and really have given us an insight into what life is like in Bosnia, and indeed his journey up to this point. I mean, his journey continue, but this is just a quick synopsis on what it takes to really become a professional footballer. So thank you again, Bugsy, for coming on board and really sharing your story with us and with the world at large.
Yeah, man. Every time, sir. Really appreciate being here, sharing this story.
Well, there you have it, viewers and subscribers. Until next time, this is Rafa signing off. All right, big boss, give thanks,
Every time.
Yeah, man, for sure. So the season start back when? In March?
March, yeah, 2nd of March.
Okay, when things kind of thaw out then.
Yeah, for sure, No,
yeah, because I see you did post a picture like the field full of snow, big boss.
Crazy, teacher, crazy. Even though we are training and everything, mostly running though, because the ball can't run.
Okay, mainly physical, getting your physical up.
Yeah.
Got you, got you. So now do some indoor training as well. I mean,
Yeah. Gym work, sometimes we warm up indoor, then we
got
go out,
you.
we do.
Okay, okay, okay. So what may I say do a big boss? So any other Jamaicans really playing in Bosnia per se?
No, none that me know of. No.
Okay, okay. Come me there say maybe we have a little crew or a little,
No,
group or something like that.
the outside, the
Okay,
outside, outside, that
got you. So what may I say do my boss? So in terms
Yeah,
of actually getting to Bosnia, what
yeah.
was the role?
Yo, so wait, we're still on here, right? We live.
Yeah man, we still on here, man. Yeah,
Um,
we still on
it's
here,
not that.
but me have to go do some cutting and some editing for
Okay,
sure.
okay.
Yeah,
It's not that difficult to be honest. You can use your US visa to get in these
right.
parts. I never know that to be honest and thing. So you can use a US visa get in Bosnia, Serbia, certain countries. They have a list.
Okay. Oh, so
Um,
you never have to actually go through and get like a visa specific
yeah,
to
yeah,
Bosnia.
you never
Okay,
have to do
and
that.
that allow you to work professionally there as well.
No, you have to get a work permit to be
Oh,
honest.
you have to get a work permit. Okay,
You only can spend a certain amount of time, like a visitor,
right. Okay,
And
okay.
to get here, I went through New York first. I fly from Jamaica to New York, then I went to Poland,
Oh, from New
and then I
York to
went
Poland.
yeah, and then I had like 19 hours layover in Poland, and then I flew to Sarajevo in Bosnia.
Oh, that's the capital.
Yeah,
Got you. And then from there, your journey by car or bus or whatnot.
yeah, by car.
Got you,
Yeah,
got you, got you. No, why me ask is that oftentimes, as me say, it's a remote area. It's an area which you don't really hear of many Jamaicans going to. It's not the most frequently traveled route.
yeah,
So more while I
no,
wonder how you actually, get there, so to
yeah.
speak, even just traveling.
So even people from here ask me, oh, me reach, they wait, but
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I
so
mean, it's
man,
a fascinating journey for sure. I mean, even when the Ukraine war thing did go out, me did listen like an interview with students because you had a couple, well, maybe about 20 Jamaican students
yeah.
studying at a university in Ukraine, and
Oh,
their route was through Germany. So they went like
yeah.
um maybe the same thing
Canada,
like from
Germany.
from US from
Oh,
US like New York to Germany, and then from Germany to Ukraine. But I think them can travel by land as well, like drive, like literally
yeah,
drive
yeah,
cross. I don't know if
yeah.
Ukraine border Germany, but I think they were saying they were like at a checkpoint to get into
Okay.
Germany at the time when the war did kind of break out, fully kind of a vibe. So yeah,
Oh,
it's always fascinating. I mean, back in the day, you're not even a thing. Say, yo, at some point in time, me I go Ukraine. Like that probably not even coming at your thinking. Like, or you go Bosnia. That never even enter your thoughts as a youngster growing up. But here you
no,
are. I mean, I just life.
that's true. No joke thing, man. Never used to think about
uh,
them thing. They think like go Spain or Germany,
right. Yeah, I think
France.
about the bigger international.
Yeah,
What we know, what we see at Jamaica, Spain,
yeah,
Italy, Germany, England,
yeah.
US, the more
Sure.
popularly known locations. But
Location.
yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. I just saw it thing go. So everything, you have everything though, my bossy. I mean, where you're there, everything that like you go out more while like entertainment wise, or you just are easy, or I mean, I don't know
No,
how it things
you
said,
might
how it things stay
have
culturally.
in a real life, but them man are clubbing wild. That makes sense. We as a Jamaican and a few thing. I tell you, it's
Okay,
crazy. I got it two times, twice, and I know my thing, but them man are clubbing wild, fam. Them man are club now finish like till morning light, and even in the
okay,
morning clubbing still have one, and
right,
them
right,
drink
right. Yeah, yeah,
youngsters
smoke and bag of
every time.
things.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay, okay, okay.
now I
Gotcha,
pass a
gotcha.
school. Now I pass a school and me I see some young man, me I say, yo, Jadwa, they little man already take up a drinking and smoking. Me I say, yo, we
Right,
crazy,
right, right, right. Okay, so what may I say do my boss, but you feel safe and everything there though. You don't experience no racism or nothing like that.
Yo, even if it happened, we would even know.
You not
Yeah,
even
then
know
I
the
would even know.
language.
Yeah, free. We would even know.
Okay, got
I'm
you,
just like
got you.
nobody. Yeah, no gestures like them thing there. To be honest,
Okay,
because the
okay.
city really, yeah, city really accept me the way.
Got you, got you. So what may I
That
say
good
do my
still.
bosses? So no any other black players in our league?
Yo, me say two from France. They
Okay,
say they come from France. Yeah, so
right, right.
from French players, but then black,
Yeah, yeah,
young.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, got you, got you. But a predominantly European league, white league, so to
Yeah,
speak.
very good. Yeah,
Okay, so what may I say do my boss? So how this fan support, how the stadium support, what y'all look on in terms of let's say playing in a big match? What kind of crowd y'all look at, like from
probably
that point of view?
probably 1,800, 2,000.
Okay, okay. So decent
Yeah, but
sized crowd then. I mean, cause we not get that
yeah.
at Jamaica technically on a week in, week out.
Eh?
You
Well,
get that?
you
I don't know, at a
Europe
club, fake club, like a regular match, like yeah.
free. Couple
Me don't
hundred.
know.
Sure.
We not get 2,000 as far as me can tell on any regular basis. Like